Hey, this is Alex Dunn with Enable Play, and today we're going to showcase using face expressions, body gestures, and virtual buttons alongside other inputs, in this case keyboard and mouse, to play Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War's campaign. We'll just do a little bit of the first mission so you can see some of it in action. We'll be using face expressions for things like aiming and shooting. We'll be using voice commands for basically every other secondary action. We can also use head movement for things like reloading and throwing grenades or tacticals. And then we also have a collection of virtual buttons in front of us to be able to run some of these other inputs. So I'll be using keyboard and mouse itself just for movement. You can of course use any input for any of these other movement devices as well, such as joysticks on a gamepad or controller, or you can use Enable Play's tilt controls and head movement too, but this is a preferred setup I have where we'll be doing only movement using these more tactical inputs like keyboard and mouse, and everything else from shooting, aiming, actions, melee will be done with other inputs. So for example, I can jump into expression controls here on my phone, and then I also have the microphones running on the Enable Play controller, and then I also have this set of buttons on a tablet to be able to use for any of these other inputs, such as the primary actions if I want to, although I'll probably be using face expressions for most of them. So let's get started. I can walk up here and use either a face expression, voice command, or whatever. I'll tap a button here to pick up my gun. We'll use the AK-74U in this case. We also have some grenades we can use, so let's get started. Open the door here, I think, or Woods is going to open it first. Alright. So I'm going to be using smiling to aim and shoot. So whenever I smile, we'll see that start to trigger, and we'll get it started right here to kick the mission off for real. If Adler would get out of the way, I can reload automatically, or for example I can shoot here and then turn my head to the left to reload. Maybe I want to throw a grenade to clear this room out. Grenade. Crouch. Alright, up here I'll use a voice command. Jump. Punch. Punch. Jump. Grenade. Crouch. Oh my god, my aim! AK-74U's got that kick. Crouch. Crouch. Alright, I'll reload before we get in.
Hurry up!
Jump.
Nowhere left to run, Casino. We can work so hard.
Hey, not too bad.
You're up, Mason.
Let's talk to him. In this case, again, I'll use the button here so you can watch me sort of do it. I've got the action button right here.
Casino wants to tell you something. Wait. Oh. I just handle the money.
Turn my head to the right
I have
for
no
one
idea
there.
what Rashid is. I don't think you understand the situation. Americans have rules. You have rules. You took hostages. The rules changed. Wait. He's in Turkey. He's meeting someone in Trabzon airfield tomorrow night.
We're gonna get more info before we throw him.
They only communicate with coded messages. There you go. Thank you.
Oh, we'll see what repercussions that has later in the game, am I right?
Please.
Yeah.
Ask for. No loose ends. We got what we can.
So there you have it, just a quick run through. Of course, these inputs will work on any game, and you can change the sensitivity to trigger things a bit faster. For example, like with the smiling, I turned my sensitivity down, so I had to be very explicit about smiling in order to make sure I wasn't going to get false positives while talking and giving voice commands. But you can balance those things out, including how far you need to turn or tilt your head as well. You can see I don't need to turn my head very far because I've increased the sensitivity for that, because typically when I'm playing in front of a screen, I'm in more or less a consistent position. But you can, for example, decrease it so you have to turn all the way to the side. But yeah, that's just a quick run through. Voice commands, virtual buttons, other inputs, face expressions, some body gestures, and everything else.